Welcome, APAC. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're back for episode 5, another The Sleeper podcast. Matty, one chance. How you doing, brother?
Good, mate. How you doing, mate?
Yes. It's been a long week and a half now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we tried to start the episode 5 last week, but life.
Yeah, got in the way a couple of times. I had a pretty rough week last week with work and whatnot, so it was just like, let's just push it.
Yeah.
And
it was sort of schedules there because it was a pretty busy week for streaming as well. So it was like, oh, can we do tonight? Nah. Okay, can we do tonight? Nah.
It
was like one
what
or the
about
other.
we try?
What about we try next week? Just do next week.
I think Sunday's the best day for recording and stuff like that.
Yeah, Mondays are alright too, but Sunday seems to be the day that we sort of got some time.
Yeah. It seems to work the best for us so far. This week on the podcast, we're going to go through a couple of different things that we haven't really talked about in the light of a few announcements that were made this week in regards to the Star Wars universe, which I'm pretty excited about. Obviously, Sleeper week in review or week and a half in review, whatever it's been. I think it might have been 2 weeks, but been pretty quiet anyway. So I think we'll keep that short and sweet this week. We're also going to have a quick chin wag about the Quantum Feature Friday, which we did. Quantum, myself, and Juzzy launched last Friday, so 2 days ago. We're going to have a bit of a chat about the content grind that we're both on in regards to sort of
a bit more YouTube side, which is kind of nice. It's
a
little different, but it's nice to actually get some other content out instead of just streaming and Instagram.
It's another creative outlet, I reckon. Yeah, we'll go into that in a bit more depth for you guys later on. We're also going to, obviously, I just mentioned the Star Wars. There was a couple of announcements this week, or actually last night in particular.
Oh man,
we're going to have a chat about hype, overload, and also we're going to have a chat just about a couple of games. Obviously, Final Fantasy Online, Farming Simulator, and also, dare I say it, Fortnite Arena Mode. I had a bit of a experience with that, Juzzy, last week, so I wouldn't mind having a quick chat about it because I think they've done a pretty good job. So, but anyway, Matt, what have you been up to for the last week and a half, 2 weeks? Where have you been? What have you been doing? I know what you've been doing, but
yeah, pretty much just been on the stream grind. Been a bit weird actually. Just been trying to work out actually what I want. Like motivation wise, it's been a bit stuck because content that's sort of like trying to find a game at the moment because there's nothing really that's attracting my attention a lot.
Yeah.
Which is I keep bouncing between games. You probably see that if you do frequent the stream, you probably see that I'm there's a lot of variety at the moment, which is nice, that's for sure. But it'd be nice to actually have something sort of dedicate the time to, and then sort of I feel like majority of the consistency comes out of something that you can play repetitively. And the fact that I don't have that, it's kind of like it's tough. But like I said, it's always tough because you say, oh, we just come to you. It doesn't matter what you play, but at the same time, you still want to attract another. It's all well and good. I love the people that I have and stuff like that, but it's more the growing aspect. And if you're not seeing consistently streaming a game, people are usually in the come for that before they learn your personality.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
A bit tough, but apart from that, new glasses. Got glasses.
Yeah. Yes.
Finally, it's sort of.
I thought they looked different.
Yeah. No, I had to. When I was at Winton last year, it was car racing. I lost them.
Do you lost them at Winton?
I think I lost them. No, Phillip Island. I lost them. Actually, that's how long ago it was. Phillip Island.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then since then,
that was a shocking weekend.
That was a terrible weekend. But
so bad.
That was but yeah, then we sort of hadn't had glasses since ages, and it was only last week where I was chilling on Final Fantasy, and then I switched over to a first person shooter, and then I just got overwhelmed with motion sickness. And
wow, yeah, okay.
and that's when I sort of went, you know what, need to get those sorted again. But they were sort of in the process anyway. It was just waiting. But now they've got them. It's
waiting for the
insane.
Yeah, 5 to 10 working days and your glasses will be ready. No worries.
And it's this thing. I don't actually need glasses majority of the time. It's only purely for screen and driving at night because I don't have short or long vision. That's not the issue. It's
stigmatism.
So at night, I suck at night.
Yeah. Just in low light settings, it's definitely not good for your eyes. I know I worked in the industry for a very long time, so I've seen it all.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
It's
very frustrating.
It's so hard to like explain to someone. But there was a photo the other day on Twitter, I think, that actually showed what astigmatism looks like.
Yep.
And I showed it to like Ellie and that, and it's just like if you haven't seen the image, describe it. It's just like every single fucking light looks like if you think you've just been crying. And then you're trying to look at lights, it's like that all the time.
Your eyes are watery and it's a starring effect.
Yeah, exactly. So
I still get that to this day with these glasses, regardless.
Yeah.
It's not as bad, but I know the feeling. It sucks, man.
It's bad.
It's the worst. If anyone has got that, especially for playing games and stuff, just make sure you stay on top of your eye test because your eye health is paramount.
Health is everything.
And obviously having glasses, Matt, surprised you went that long without them. I know you don't need everything, but holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing as well. Like, it definitely improves gameplay too. Like you miss it's insane how much you miss.
100%.
Purely because you can't see. Well, it's just your eyes relax. As soon as your eyes relax, you're fucked. You might as well just stop playing.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's just
you just lose focus, and it makes it so much more difficult than it needs to be. So
that's it.
This is just a little bit of, I don't want to say relevant knowledge, but for people listening, if you haven't had your eyes tested in the last 2 years, go and do it. It's bulk billed with Medicare. It's free. It might take 20 minutes, half an hour, but it's worth it.
And then
every 2 years.
And then usually, like, with the private health insurance, you can get like glasses based. Like,
exactly right. No gap.
It's insane. It's really good. So I got 2 pairs. So I already had the sunnies. I didn't live my sunnies. I just
Oh, that's good as, man.
It's a lot of fun.
See, back in the game, that's why last night you were dropping bombs. Damn.
Oh, dude.
It all makes sense now.
And that's the thing. Yeah, it's been nice to play other games for sure, and it looks like we've sort of we're in the talks at the moment about maybe getting some of the games we've been playing lately into rotation and have some content side, but we can talk about the content grind a bit. But
man,
apart from that, it's been pretty chill. We're just waiting for uni still, so that's 3 months ago. 3 months away.
3 months away, so it's July.
July it starts, and it's full. July, like the first 2 weeks of full time uni, 9 till 5.
Really?
Yeah, because mid-year they gotta it's like a 10-day intensive course, and you get your first like subject done in 10 days.
Holy shit, that's unreal.
Yeah, it's insane. But after that, then we go to Tuesdays and Thursdays. I may or may not be around for those 2 weeks, depending on how tired I am. But...
yeah, of course. Oh wow, that's good. I mean, it'll kick your ass into gear in terms of getting into that mindset of the study.
Uni and stuff. I'm just looking forward to it, man. Like, it's just something else.
Well, that's the thing. It's something you're interested in as well, man.
Yeah, I was seeing some crazy animation today. Actually, like there's a Gambit tourney on the moment, Destiny. Well, it's about to happen, and some of the guys that are making like some of the like title screens and shit. Holy. If I can make that stuff, that's where I want to be.
That's goals.
That's goals, man. That shit looks sick.
Nice. I'm keen to see how your skills grow and expand and develop from this. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like, obviously you've started editing again, making your own videos and stuff like that, which we'll probably touch on a little bit later in the podcast, but just to see where it is now. And I think if you continue doing that on your YouTube channel, like, you'll see the progression of it. That's going to be really cool to watch.
We'll talk about the content. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the content. But
we'll get that,
it's definitely already it's slowly, the numbers are growing everywhere. It's not area now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty sick to see.
That's what you
and that's the perspective of it all, but you lose that in, like, get all caught up in like one number of one day, and then you just How's your week been?
Yeah, I know. Dude.
Apart from work, I mean, I know, like, same thing. I know, but bro.
Yeah. Look, it was rough. Last week was rough. There was a couple of nights there where I was just like, man, what am I doing? What am I, like,
what is the point?
What is the point of this doing night shift? These hours, and the reason I think that prompted in my head was because I was standing in the cold. It was raining. I think it was like 7 degrees, pouring rain, and we had to be there. There was no way we could get away from the work we were doing at the time. It's just like, oh man. And those that's the thing. I always, again, perspective's everything.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't keep perspective, these I want to say thoughts creep in. It's like, what the hell? What am I here for? And then you just like revolve it, and it gets really angry, get annoyed, blah blah. And I think that's one of the reasons why we didn't do the podcast on Tuesday, because I was like, dude, I need to like just rest and chill out. So
I think the other thing as well is like it's pretty funny at the moment. It's sort of like timing actually, because it's like Matt's like our hours are pretty similar at the moment. And it's no fault of my own. I'm trying to get to bed early, but I just keep like I'm addicted to Farming Simulator. But
man,
and we sort of like for everyone listening, we sort of have like messages throughout the night. We just keep talking to each other. Like he's working and and on his break he's always chilling, and I'm chilling too. So I'm either streaming or not. So he'll pop in or we'll message. But after, usually around when I finish and he's about to finish, we sort of just have this little like DM to each other about like all this shit. We like vent to each other about what we've seen or something on Twitter. But then Matt, like we've both struggled at some point this week with just the whole like, is this fucking like worth it? Like, and then we just go, it is fucking worth it. Like we're like sort of like prepping each other up. It's like just hype each other up, man. Like we fucking like it's good. We've got this. We just gotta chill.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like we want it now, man.
And I think that's one of the things. Like this shit that we're doing isn't an overnight job. This is a long process.
Yeah.
And we got to play the long game. And I think we'll get into a bit more with the content and stuff like that. But I think with everything we're bringing out at the moment and trying to bring out and ideas we've got in the works, like it's just keeping level head and staying,
it's not jumping the gun. Like that's the thing. Because like we have there's like this pool of ideas, but it's like either we're waiting for money, we're waiting for we're waiting for this to happen, waiting for this to happen, and it's just like now and then we're just like, fuck it, let's just do it, and then we're just like, no, we can't do that, and then that's like that low after it where it's like, fuck this.
Man, it's super fucking annoying.
Yeah.
This week also, I had what shall I call it?
A light issue. I'm intrigued. I don't know what this light issue is.
It was a light issue. Okay, so this only happened, I think, Friday night. I was off Friday night, didn't work Friday night, didn't work Saturday night, and now we're in Sunday, so I'm going to work after this podcast. Friday I woke up pretty early. I woke up at like 1 o'clock, which was early for me. I think I had like 3 hours sleep that day. And I was just like, whatever, like, didn't faze me because I wanted to get up and get some stuff done. So went through the day, and keep in mind, guys, that I spend a majority of my time at home awake during the day. So between like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then when I leave at like 5:36, there's still plenty of light outside. So I don't see these problems at home. I realized once it got dark that out of all of the light globes in our entire house, maybe 2 worked. Right. And one was in the kitchen, which worked, which is why I probably didn't take any notice. The other one was in my walk-in robe. There are only 2 lights in the entire house that worked. So I'm like, all right. Saturday came around, woke up early. Like, no, it was Friday night. We're like, we'll run down to Bunnings. It was like 6:30, 7 o'clock. It had just gotten dark. I was like, all right, we'll go to Bunnings, get some lights. And I was like, sweet. I checked one of the light fittings. I was like, yeah, sweet. They'll all be the same. Could I have been more wrong? The one I did check was I think there was only 2 out of all of them. I think we've got like 12 lights in the house. There was 2 that worked, and 2 out of all of them had this light fitting. So now I've got 4 lights. Yeah. Okay. The rest, no good. So I've actually bought this and this. I don't know if you better see this on the stream. Now, one's a blue LED globe and one's a green LED globe.
Okay.
And my thought was this. My thought was this would have been sweet. the green one or the blue one would be really good in the light behind me in the gaming room.
Yeah, okay, that would be alright. Yeah.
Yeah. As a bit of a
little bit of
bit of like a mood lighting, feature light for the stream, for the podcast, all that sort of stuff. I was like, yeah, sweet, that'd be so cool. Get it, open up the light thing. I was like, nah, it is way too big. So I was like, well, I'm going to try them out anyway. So I put them in the kitchen and I turned it on. I was like, yeah, this is cool. And Ash walks in. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why is everything green? I'm like,
this is the sleeper house, love.
This is the sleeper gaming, bitch. Anyway, I had a bit of a giggle about it. I changed the light back and it was all good. But so now I've got a whole bunch of globes. I've probably got 8 out of the 12. No, sorry, yeah. 10 out of the 12 globes I bought, including the coloured ones that don't fit anything in the house that's usable.
So on the podcast, guys, if anyone wants some globes, they're for sale.
Yeah. $3 each. You can catch my eBay account, Matty Max 15. But yeah, it's a bit of a drama, man. So we're still lightless, which is why I'm actually using I've got a light on a stand, sort of like a big fluorescent tube that sort of helps light the back room, this room for the streaming and stuff like that, so the cameras don't shit themselves like we had issues with just before we started the podcast. Very poor quality camera, but aside from that, man, it was just the same old, work, sleep, eat, repeat. Did manage to snag in quite a bit of gaming time on Friday night, Saturday night, which I was very, very happy about.
Yeah, no, good.
I think we'll go into it later. But anyway, we'll skip that bit and we'll go into the sleeper gaming's week in review. Yeah, so I mean 2 weeks actually at this point. So we had a quiet week, man. Quiet couple of weeks, and I think it's just in between. I mean, for Call of Duty at the moment, like there's not a great deal to play for. Guys are having a bit of
National League yesterday.
Yeah, so that was the winner of that. Got
the qualifier, wasn't it? Qualifier league.
Yeah, it was a qualifier. Yeah,
London.
Correct. Yeah, I think it was flights and a com, or just flights to London.
Usually paid.
Yeah. I remember reading something about it. I think it might have been just flights this time around. But anyway, whatever it was, I'm pretty sure MF won it. Like, surprise. I'm pretty sure there was 6 teams in it.
Yeah, there wasn't many. Yeah.
Like, I understand. I don't want to rant about it, but like I understand. Yeah, MF's going to win. But like, this is for anybody who competed in that actually got to play MF. That's
pretty good
practice.
Experience. Yeah,
that's experience. What are you doing? Like, our guys didn't play, but obviously, like Ben and a couple of guys work Saturdays, so there was no expectation to take a day off to play that.
They're playing today now, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing a wager bot tournament, and I'm pretty sure like this wager bot tournaments are going pretty well.
Yeah.
They get good team sign-ups, and it's quality teams. It's all that sort of mid-tier, like our guys, where I sort of class our guys as a mid-tier between T.
We could rant about this again, couldn't we? But
100%. Yeah, no, it's just that mid-tier bracket teams, and it's good competition. It's really great to watch, and that the guys when they stream that, it's good content, man. And I think that we need more of that. But we've touched on that along many times now, so we won't beat dead cat.
That'll probably come up in a later podcast when we do try and get some of the other guys. We are getting there. Yeah. I think we're pretty close actually. I think we worked out majority of the bugs. In the system.
And I'm glad we've done it this way and just done a number of our podcasts, just you and I, so we can work this out before we can implement
and get to know us a bit more and stuff as well. But
yeah, of course.
And then I think once we, when we get more into, because I would like to get some of the guys that run these competitions on, and see what they want to, I guess their vision is,
right?
Yeah. And see if it's sort of helping them, helping us, sort of thing. We want to help the community out as much as we can, but to see where their ideas could lead, and potentially a league where we've just in, I think, episode 3. I think that was a massive COD one. Or was it last episode? No, it wasn't last episode.
I think episode 3. Yeah, this is 5. So we're up to 5. That's a handful.
That's So
we're up to 5th episode of podcast.
But it'd be pretty cool to pick some of those brands, and that would come definitely in the later. Well,
yeah, that was always a plan going in. Yeah, for sure. I don't even think the next maybe month or so, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, like this all depends on the time frame, time.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, it's all well and good. Like Matt and I can just say, "Oh, do you want week, yeah. But once we get someone, we're like, we have to organize time with them. So
Yeah,
it may be a bit sporadic now and then, depending. But
I mean, like we'll work through it. Like we've worked through every other issue we've had with the podcast so far. Like, not that there's been many, but it's just been those little technical bugs.
It's more us being pet peeved about it. It's like everyone else like, it's a sick podcast, like well done, and it's like, yeah, but the audio was crap. like this could have been better, and it's just
but my webcam shit.
Yeah, no, they just didn't. But that's the thing. Like, it's good that people. It's those internal issues that we don't tell you about until you're like, the audio was probably pretty fucked up.
I'm gonna point it out last week. Actually, you know what? On the YouTube, it was not as noticeable.
It wasn't.
Nowhere near.
No, but on the podcast,
it just your audio was like here, and then mine was like here. So like, I mean, you can still hear me, but like I usually listen to podcasts in the car on the way to work, blah blah blah. So I was listening to it back. I think I went through probably 15, 20 minutes of it before I was like, got to work. Wasn't inaudible, obviously. It wasn't really a problem as such. It was just like, damn, we fucked it.
Yeah, and that was purely my fault. That was purely my fault.
It is what it is, man. And that's the thing. That's why we're doing it this way. That's why we're up to episode 5 now. Just you and I, we're working out the bugs, getting it done. So it is what it is. What is that? Right, so there's this new thing, right? This is, again, Sleepers Week in Review. This is where we're at right now. There's this new thing, and it's called Coliseum Basketball League, CBL, I believe. Now, I'm pretty sure, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's run by the guys at Shutdown Esports. So ASAP Ox on Twitter, awesome bloke. He's all about the community, man. I don't know if you had much dealings with him, but we've been chatting DMs and that sort of stuff. Yeah. The stuff he's doing with Coliseum, like I've paid a bit of attention to it, but obviously like likes, retweets, all that sort of stuff. Like, the feeds are full of shit. Let's be honest, for the most part. Yeah. So I have been keeping tabs on it though, and I've noticed they've actually posted. This is really cool. Each team that sort of qualified for their pro league, I guess they'll call it for now. They posted a screen, like a thing, right, of each individual player. And on the side, it was like a bit of a breakdown of the team's history. And the one they did for Sleeper, man, it was so cool. I read it, I'm like, hey, that's our boys. That's nice.
Yeah, cool.
I think they've been finishing top 4. I think the best finish I saw, they had a second, which is pretty good. Now, keeping in mind, obviously, one of our bet that we do have a different roster from last season. We do still have Jimbo, but a couple of the other guys, Beebies, Ankle, Lockup, Cav, Lockup, and obviously Jacko. Like, we don't have those guys there. That was that was probably the strongest 5 men in APAC if they had stayed together. But they've gone their ways. They're doing their thing. I mean, it's actually good for the competition, in my opinion, because each team has like a star player, which I reckon is sweet, as opposed to the last season of the what was called the 2K Down Under League. Obviously, that's now gone for legal reasons and whatnot. Now that's it. Can't say too much about that anyway. Like it's sort of like what happened last season was, I guess you would call it Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Where you got the best players that come together and they played and dominated for a couple of years. So they dominated that last season, but they've split their separate ways. And I think it's awesome for the competition, man, because any team on the day could win, which I think is really, really cool to watch. Just looks like nice and even. So, and obviously they're all pushing each other to get better and whatnot. So that side of it, obviously the CBL, Coliseum, I'm not sure how that's going to go down in the next couple of weeks. I believe they're doing like qualifying comp matches, which will then lead into a league. Maybe. I'm actually keen to have a chat to them about that. So I wouldn't mind maybe getting them on the podcast a bit later, once we've sort of see how that goes down. But see what happens. The other thing I've noticed this week, you may have noticed as well, a couple of the Sleeper COD boys. They've been playing Minecraft.
It's I've tuned in a couple of times and it's pretty funny.
Yeah,
some of the shit that's funny. Some of the clips that have come out are pretty funny. Yeah, Sleepcraft. Yeah, and they said, I mean, there's a lot of creepers being spammed in those streams.
No doubt, dude.
And it's good. It's like I said to you when we were doing more the team thing. that podcast, it is playing a different game.
Yeah, it
is
is.
just like, you gain that bond, and you can be just like, you can just fuck around, have a good time.
Yeah,
and I think they've chosen a really funny game, a really good game, and
some of the banter I've seen, man.
yeah.
Oh, dude. If you haven't checked it out, our boy Duzva, I'm gonna have to get the spelling of that. It's at DOOSVA94 on Twitter. He's been streaming majority of it. I'm pretty sure Ben Entice also is streaming
Entice
it.
has been doing it a bit, yeah.
Yeah, check out Entice as well. Those boys, they're pretty sure they're doing it at nightly at the moment after scrims.
Yeah, it seems like they.
So they're spending a couple hours scrimming, which is awesome.
If they can't get a wager, they're pretty much just going on Minecraft.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's probably not the worst thing in the world, really, because like you've got your focus for a couple of hours playing COD, and then you can chill out, kick back, and talk shit with your mates.
Like I said as well, and then sometimes those conversations in playing a different game, you can talk about what you went in scrims and not be. It's a less hostile.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? It's a bit more chilled, relaxed environment, so you can be like, hey man, like you try to.
Takes the pressure off, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, but then also
so a lot of the time,
talk about it and just have some fun. Because at the end of the day, they're all gamers and just chill and have some fun playing games, guys.
Exactly right, man. Exactly.
Have to play the same freaking game.
Again, perspective. It comes into it a bit. But yeah, and I like it. I'm enjoying watching the snippets when I get a chance. During the night shifts, I sort of usually tune in between your stream and Ben's stream or Duz's stream, and yeah, it's just it's a good time, man.
Dude, I don't know what's happened with my Twitch actually. I gotta go through and I don't know why Twitch does it, but now and then you probably Twitch just unfollows people. Like
really?
Yeah, I reckon there's probably 20 odd people that I've. It's unfortunately unfollowed majority of the Sleeper Boys. Like it doesn't follow. I know it doesn't follow Sam anymore. It doesn't follow Ben.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Wow. That's so weird. Is that just a Twitch thing, you reckon, like a glitch sort of deal?
It's happened like 2 or 3 times in my I've experienced.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
If you know about it, you can sort of combat it. I wonder if that's a thing they're looking into, though. Twitch things. I do want to touch a bit more on Twitch, but I think we'll leave that for the content grind section of the podcast, which will be coming up very shortly after I have a quick chat here about Quantum's Feature Friday. So Friday just gone. Again, as I said a bit earlier, I want to get up early and get some stuff done. What I wanted to get done was the Feature Friday on Quantum. So it's actually a new, I'll call it a piece of content.
Yeah, it's like a blog?
It's like a short interview. It's in a blog format on the website, yep.
Yeah.
But it's like a short interview, and what we hope to achieve with that is obviously more content for the website, which is awesome, but then highlighting and promoting other streamers to help them sort of get a bit of exposure. Now, I know we're getting a lot of traffic to the website, which is awesome. And I think our plan is, right, we've got a list of questions, and we'll send that to, say, someone like yourself or someone like Benny or Sam or whoever's a streamer, or, a lot of our affiliated streamers and stuff like that, and content creators. We'll send that to them or a bunch of them on a weekly basis. Obviously, we'll ask them if they're keen to do it or not.
And just throw it at them.
It's like,
let's do this. I don't know who you are. Neither do I.
Hail Hydra.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's exciting because, I mean, this week we did myself and obviously Juzzy. And it was a bit of a breakdown on him and I and what our sort of histories are in gaming and content creation and stuff like that. Now, I don't think he's created, aside from, like, let's say Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook posting, outside of that, I don't think he's really ever created any videos or content as such. But then that's not his thing, man.
Yeah, it's the writing. I read it. It's pretty funny. It's like you can tell he hasn't done much content yet. That's all. Yeah. Because now and then the paragraphs are like, Matt's done a paragraph, and now there's just what Matt said. I love it. It's great. I love it.
It was good because, like, I actually had to do a bit of thinking about it. Like, one of the questions was, what's the first game played or who got you into gaming? And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, first game. The first game I've got a recollection of playing, and I would have been like 3 or 4 years old, is Pong and Space Invaders.
Okay.
But I don't know any of the details outside of that. The first game I really remember playing was a golf game on the Super Nintendo with my dad.
We were talking about this the other night, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's why I was like, my dad got me into gaming.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And in truth be told, my dad's been a gamer since 1994. When the first, well, not the first ever, but when it was a golf game that came out in the Super Nintendo, and that was it.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's usually a sibling.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was your dad, that's big actually. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Mine was my brother. My brother got me into gaming and got addicted.
Bad. I think we both did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was weird, and that's why I liked about that having the questions. Like it made it made me think, and I was like, holy shit! Like I've been doing this a long time, and I'm like, hang on, Dad's been doing this even longer. But since he started that game, man, he would work Monday to Friday, come home Saturday he'd be home. He'd play golf in the morning, then come home and play golf in the afternoon on the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Super Nintendo. That was him. That's what he does, even to this day.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I thought that was really cool, and I'm hoping to get a lot of different people on board because, like, it's cool to know and to hear everyone's stories, and everyone's got a different story of how they started, who they started, like what games they played, and all that sort of stuff. It's obviously like you and I are a little bit older than I'd say the average age in this space, but I feel like getting the perspective of even the guys, you know, that 18, 19, 20-year-olds that were born. If you were born in 2000, you're nearly 19, which is just mind-blowing to me because I was 10. Now I'm nearly 30. But I'm excited to hear some of the responses we get back from it. So that's what's happening there. Also, we are obviously still running our year supply giveaway to 2 lucky winners. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Jump on the Quantum Energy Twitter at QNTM_NRG.
Mm-hmm.
Check that out. All you have to do is follow the Gleam link. It literally tells you what you need to do to get entries into the draw. I think at the moment we're sitting at about 500 entries, 600 entries, which I'm pretty rapt about. I'd love to get that a bit higher, but I'd love to get that higher, obviously, because it's a big giveaway, man. It's like $900 worth of Quantum.
No,
that's a lot.
I think it was a photo on Instagram, wasn't it? This is what it looks like. What a year's worth of Quantum.
And it's like a tower as high as like, oh man, it's like a 3-foot high tower of Quantum energy. It's nuts, dude.
Insane.
Yeah, Juzzy spent a lot of time doing that the other day.
Yeah.
And then the cat came and knocked it over after he took the photo.
I'm glad that's after that. Yeah, because
man.
Yeah, nah, screw that.
There's a photo where he's sitting next to it, looking away. And I was thinking it's like within the next minute after that photo, bang, gone, the whole thing. Destroyed.
Tablets everywhere.
Oh man. Fortunately, they're pretty robust, the actual tablets themselves, so they don't break. Although the first batch of this we ever got was he had them sitting on the top shelf.
Right.
And again, cat got up to the top shelf because, you know, cats.
They just knocked
it
over.
off.
Yeah.
The lid fell off. They all it wasn't pretty.
No.
But yeah. Now, Maddie, the content grind.
Mm-hmm. Content grind.
Something you and I, obviously you've been doing it for One Chance and Sleeper, and I've been doing it for the Sleeper Brothers, myself, Sleeper, Gaming, Quantum VH,
yeah,
to name a few.
Yeah, see, I've got the easy end.
Yeah,
well, sort of.
Everyone's got their own path with it, and I think there's no easy end at all.
Yeah.
There's different levels.
I feel like it would be easier to promote. No, it's not easier. That's probably the wrong word. But
I'll say it's easier to promote Quantum, right? And the reason for that is because, and I absolutely 100% appreciate it, but people post pictures.
As soon as I get it, I'm like, bro, can they do that with my post? Like, yo, he's live, and there's just a product on my face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh my god, I'm holding a One Chance.
Yeah. It's insane. And I mean, like, yeah, in advertising, like that's the thing. Like, I look at it and just go, I'm mind blown by the people that are doing that That's
Dude, and
it's
I
almost
wish
it's every day. It's not just like it's not
Yeah.
like an influx on like one day. It's like
Mhm.
I got on Twitter majority of. I mean, I like literally my life is like Twitter. I spend
Twitter, yeah.
probably 18 hours a day on. You know, it's
Mm.
just there. You know, I don't have enough at the
Yeah,
moment
yeah.
because I just this is like me turning the phone off sort of thing. You just fucking this is me. It's good.
This is just,
It's
yeah,
nice.
it's just you, the camera,
And
me.
talking, yeah. And and yeah, to see like I'm on, yeah, you see it now and then, and you see the activity feed, and it's just like, you know, I usually see the quantum likes because I don't usually see the people that actually post it until you either get, you know, added or you actually like it.
Yeah.
And like I'll see it, and the activity will go like. It's just all these people that just got their quantum and a photo of it. I'm just like, man, that is so cool to see. Like that is awesome. But no,
And
I was saying it's more what I was saying is just like it's like I think it would be like, you would see more growth, I suppose, promoting like say 3 brands than you would promoting the one brand, and the fact that 2 of them are actually products and then one is top of that all extreme sort of thing. It's sort of like each one promotes the other. You know, while with like a brand, say for instance, One Chance, you have to promote yourself, and it's a completely different product. Like that's right. And but like that's the thing. Like it's so hard. Yeah, easy's the wrong word, but it's
the best example of that. I'm actually wearing it right now. Is this. So obviously you've got the Sleeper logo, the Quantum logo, and BH Shreds logo.
Yeah.
That literally just speaks volume to what you just said
100%.
in terms of like the cross promotion of these brands, and that's sort of what I wanted to do in the first place.
Yeah,
because I knew we got a good platform with Sleeper.
Yep.
What else can we implement to help Sleeper? Which is what we all did. What I did for in the first place.
And it's funny that would you say Quantum's probably at the moment doing better than the other 2? Probably.
100%.
Yeah.
Look at the numbers on the freaking Twitter. We're already at 520 followers.
But then Quantum like, oh, these guys do this. Oh, they do the Sleeper podcast. Oh, they do this. Oh, they do that. Like it's all linked, you know. But it's cool that they're still like their own entities. Well, like it's
of course.
Quantum doesn't really get, and that's the funny thing. I think a lot of people forget that, and that's where like I mean, it's still funny that people still think that Clint's part of Quantum. But it's its own.
It's not annoying for me, but I just feel not feel bad. But he just gets a couple of DMs here and there. It's like, hey, can you do this with Quantum? It's like, oh, actually, I have nothing to do with it. Go talk to them.
Yeah.
And I think part of the reason is that, man, our DMs. Oh man, our DMs. Like,
you're not gonna get free Quantum, guys.
For the month of March, we had 80 different people DM us, right? And look, we do our very best to get back to absolutely everyone that DMs us, right? But if you send us a DM saying, "Hey, can I have some tubes?" What do you expect me to say to that? Like, without, and I don't want to be rude about it.
Like, yeah, man, really? Nah.
Yeah, it just was the sarcastic approach, but like,
no.
And I almost feel bad because I can't just be like, yeah, try it out.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
I'd love to do that.
But I mean, that's like, see, this is. I mean, we can't really like. I don't know if we can, but as part of the plan is to go to said places,
yes,
and promote said product. But
yes,
you know, and that's when you guys could potentially try it. You know,
yes,
and then I think that Twitter is this platform that everyone, because there are so many giveaways on it. I think people are just like, oh, I can get anything for free on Twitter as long as I enter into X amount of competitions. And then they're like, oh, this is rigged because I didn't win. So then they hit the DMs and they're like, yo, can I try it for free? Because you're pretty much giving it away anyway. And it's like, well, no, that's the promotion part.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not So, but yeah.
Making it rain tablets.
But yeah, if you want to try it, wait till they go to an event.
Which is in the works.
Yeah.
But look, I don't know. I don't have time frame for that.
Yeah.
We would love to go to a couple of the Supernovas. Now, obviously, the Melbourne Supernova was a week ago, maybe 2. Obviously, we didn't make that cut off in time. That, and also, we didn't really know what to do at the event. Like, we've got a whole bunch of ideas in our heads of what we want to achieve with a booth or something like that at an event. We actually did just find out PAX is out of the question.
Yep.
Because Red Bull has another year on the contract.
Yeah, they'll do it.
I didn't say that brand out loud, did I? Anyway, let's circle back. We've diverged a little bit from what we wanted to talk about, which is the content grind. Now, yeah, I do a lot of things for Quantum, and it is, I feel, a bit easier to do it for Quantum because so many people post, and I love it. That makes me excited seeing people post about the product, and that's really good. So if I send out like a one chance face on a plate or something, and we'll start mailing them out to people. Yeah, here you go.
Like
DMs.
Yeah, in comments in YouTube and comments, please. If you want a face of me on one chance plate, face. we'll get it sorted. Not really.
Hashtag one chance plate is going to be the secret hashtag for the week, by the way.
And we forgot one.
Don't worry about that one.
Okay, a hashtag one chance plate. If right here, we get like 10. If we get like 10 hashtags, we'll get a plate made.
If 10 people at both of us at one chance 27 at not Matty Mac, if they both add us with the hashtag, I'll get a plate made with your face on it.
Yeah, and we'll send it out to one of them.
And we'll send it out to one lucky person. And you need to take a photo of it.
Yep. And then
post
promote
it
it
on Twitter and all your socials. Yep. And promote it.
Promote it.
Yep. Pump that mofo out.
I don't think we're gonna get one hashtag.
Hey, we'll see how we go.
That, but
so what's your let's go on to the one chance side of things for a tick.
Yeah.
The YouTube stuff you've been doing, Matt.
I mean, because I guess the time's back, right? So YouTube is sort of on I'm having a lot of fun with it, I guess. That's probably part of it, is I'm actually having a lot of fun making these YouTubes. And it sort of just started out as like, it literally just started since the Far Cry video, really.
Yeah, okay.
Like Rob had like the Twitch highlights sort of happening all the time, and that was sort of just, doing its thing. And that's frequent content, right? So that's coming out every month. And I was like, you know what? I have the time. Like, why don't I try and sort of get more videos out? And then so I was like, well, I would like to do a YouTube series. And then Reaper came to me, my good friend Reaper Chris, different Reaper to the guy in Sleeper, I would say that.
Sleeper Reaper, yeah.
Actually, he's now Reap. Yeah, he's Reap now. So
he's now Reap now, yeah.
So it's a bit easier. So yeah, my I guess IRL mate, we decided, he was like, oh yeah, no, I really want to play the new Far Cry, like New Dawn, which essentially is just a big DLC. It's a very, very fun game. And then I was like, all right, well, yeah, actually, that's kind of cool. It fits in what I want to do, like the whole, I want to start a highlight series, basically, of me playing like a playthrough. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'm down. And like, yeah, we've already touched on it, but the shit that happens to him in a video game, it doesn't happen to anyone else, and it's not staged. It's not like, yeah, you can't make that shit up. Like,
yeah,
the amount of wildlife that attacked him in that game. I mean, there's a whole fucking dedicated highlight part in my video. It goes for a good 2 minutes of him being attacked by shit. you know, and it's just like any animal in that game just hated him. Anyway, so
why is it attacking me?
So yeah, and then since that, like I guess the feedback from it was like, yo, that's really good. You got to keep making those sort of videos. And I was like, you know what? That's like that was fun. And then eventually, what I ended up doing is I just started like I gotta mention Juki Ryan, and I think Hersey do it a couple of times too, and Rob as well. Like, I've been watching a lot of montages lately of those guys doing their thing, and Ryan's keeps saying like, dude, you do some good shit in Crucible or like Destiny, right? So
yeah,
P side, well, just put some shit together and just upload it. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not. Like, just put Shadowplay on, and if you do something that you think's good, just fucking put it in. And then like, so I was like, all right. Anyway, so it was more an experiment on Instagram than anything. And then that was that first clip with the Dawnblade, where I zoom through, I hit a guy, and then I come through, and then I like jump through like this launcher. And then I swipe and hit a guy on B flag with like a Dawnblade, right? And that was like a 30-second clip. And then Instagram, like, I mean, I think that, like, in terms of Instagram likes, I think that only got like 40 because videos, for whatever reason, don't do that well.
Yeah.
And same with views. But the impressions, let me just, I gotta just check. The impressions, because, I think the explain impressions to everyone listening. Impressions are basically you're scrolling through and it's like a 1 or 2 second stop on that post. It doesn't mean it technically is like the view, but the view is only when they listen to it by sound, right? The impression is when they actually like are scrolling through and they actually see it on their feed and they stop for a minute and then they keep scrolling, right? So impressions are probably essentially a bit more to the mark of who's actually seen it. Yeah. And impressions on this one,
it did pretty well.
The impressions, 185 impressions.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, and then from that, like, say 40 people liked it. So that's not a bad ratio, really.
That's actually a really good ratio for Instagram, especially with videos.
Yeah. So
that's unreal.
And then, so from that, like, and then the comments on, it's more, videos get more comments than they do on photos.
I've noticed that. I'm looking at your channel in particular. Obviously, but.
And then, so that happened. And then I was like, well, I'll keep that. And then it's sort of like, because I edited that in Vegas anyway. And I really liked the song that I used. And I was like, I can get some more of these like Dawnblade clips, like the Supers clips. And then I ended up, I just ended up like, I don't know what I did. But there were a few clips that I was like, okay, this is pretty sick. And then I just chucked it all together that night, the same night. And then I was like, I'll just upload this on a Tuesday and see how it goes. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think that I'm very good. I don't think I'm good at the PvP side at all in Crucible. And I don't think that there's a lot of better like montage, a lot of better players that get good montages. You know, like they are good with snipers and stuff. I'm terrible. I would never touch a sniper. I don't think that at all. But what I will do is I will show off what the classes essentially can do and what I think are good. And I like more the art style, and like I've always had a thing for, like, you can literally make a clip look good purely based on the timing of, say, it hitting us into with like a beat on a part of the song, or like, you know, a transition or slowing down, speeding up, or like different effects on that particular clip. Yeah. And so that's more where my art style comes into it more. It's not so much the actual like what I did. It's just that sort of like that was impressive, but then here's the art style.
That's actually a really good take on it. From my minimal experience with Destiny, the supers in that game look fucking spectacular, man.
Yeah, no, they look so beautiful. They some of the shit you can pull off with them, and then like the animation. It's interesting. There's one with the Warlock one. I started with a Nova Warp, and Nova Warp's like all purple, and basically it's you like build up this energy, purple energy, and then you release it in an AOE or area effect attack. Yeah, and then around you, whoever's in that court dies, and you can do like four or five times.
Oh, wow.
And I ended up slowing it down so much that I could see it frame by frame, like actually see them. You know, like they would had to have done it in the studio, like frame by frame, what it would look like. And I did that in video, like in the video editor, and I was just like, there's actually so much there. That's insane how like the different particles and shit like that come out. Yeah, right. And then I sort of sped it up to what it ended up, but like, and then you connect that with some of the music, and it just looks fucking nuts. Good. It looks good, you know, and that's so I know my montages right now. Like I haven't really dabbed in them too much. I did a few.
We've got a couple up already. The Warlock's Trial,
and the Golden Gun. The Golden Gun's the most recent one.
Yeah, Golden Gun looks sick.
The Golden Gun one's pretty nuts. That was I hit. Yeah, the Warlock, the Golden Gun one, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. But there's still more shit that like I want to sort of. I mean, I started putting in more like black and white effects, plus like highlighting different, like the actual Golden Gun and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's more the thing I want to start doing, is start dabbling in more that sense of a montage. Because I like, like I said, like the actual transitions between the clips, like anyone can hit those clips, right? But it's the transitions that make, like, the catalyst. I mean, I can only put it back to the catalyst because that's, like, for me, like what Pomage does, like the pinnacle. Those fucking like montages, man, are literally what I aim for. Those things, like people that edit like to that caliber, man, and then like the transitions of going, they show like an animated character and then they turn it into like them actually shooting someone. Like, dude,
they've got like the cinematic of someone running.
Yeah, the amount of work that they put into it is just like, that is to me an art form, and that is where I want 100%. To be. I don't necessarily care about the clips too much. I just want to get that transition to that clip perfected, and then show the raw talent of said player, because that's, in my opinion, that's what a montage is. It's not so much, it's not so much the clip, because like I said, and usually majority of people can hit those. It doesn't matter, like if it's a super, if it's a thing, you're always going to do something pretty spectacular now and then.
Yeah, of course.
But it's to get to that. I'm just. Yeah,
and having it in that format where it highlights the player's talent for one, the artwork of that is obviously like the edit, which is the stuff you're doing, and being able to master that in a way that looks like what the catalyst is. If you guys don't know what the catalyst is, look it up on YouTube. Just type in the catalyst.
Or now, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 4.
Black Ops 3. I mean, all of them are good. It doesn't matter which one you choose.
They're made by, I think, FaZe Pomage now.
I think the last 2 were done by Revitalize.
Yeah.
And then the 2 before that, I'm not too sure who. I can't remember. It was when he was in FaZe. It was when he was in FaZe, and he went into Optic. But yeah, now he's. But I don't think he's probably released a catalyst this year, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man, and that's what we both of us sort of agree that is the pinnacle of a montage. Yep. And as Matt's saying, the clips itself, like, okay. Me personally, I'm never going to hit a quad feed on a fucking with a sniper. It's just not going to happen. Like, I've hit maybe 3s every so often.
Yeah.
But the way he's obviously talented, but then the edit itself is just makes that video like, okay, he's doing brilliant things in game, but the edit, oh, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get to that level, like, just let me know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck with
it. Yeah, I fuck with that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's like essentially what the course I'm looking at will allow me to is make those animated
which
transitions.
Is perfect.
I cannot wait to be able to do that, because I think like that to me is the art style that I'd love to go for, and that is me. I'd love for someone to just look at like something I've made and just go, that's fucking like, even if it's just like, I mean, I'm gonna say like the generic Sleeper Gaming. If, we're still working on maybe making a new one.
Man, I don't want to talk about that right now.
But to make something like that, to me, and then someone like you say that's nuts, like that is like the ultimate goal for me.
That's worth a week's wage,
that
man.
to me, that is not. That I'm aiming higher than that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
that's
like, man.
That's where I want to start, but I don't want to. Yeah, that's.
And I've had this. I haven't actually had this discussion with Story Defy yet, but effectively, I think he's doing a similar course. Correct me if I'm wrong, but his idea with what he's doing, and now he's changed his whole content layout and format. So his YouTube now is his self-brand Story Defy, and he just does his personal vlogs, stuff like that, and his gaming account, YouTube gaming, blah blah blah. Anyway, he's just revamped his whole what he's doing. The reason he's done that is to professionalize himself. With the course he's doing, he wants to get into more of the traditional media art. We'll call it traditional medias like your TV, film, stuff like that. Now, my opinion, I don't think that traditional media, like your home and away, your TV shows and stuff like that, your prime time telly, that stuff, I don't see there being a massive call for long term.
And the thing with them is I don't understand why you couldn't contract those. I feel like contracting now these days in the art form these courses allow you to do. I don't see why full-time home and away title screen. You know what I mean? Like you purely just go like, I mean, I know a couple of the guys done these courses or in the COD community. and they're not. They're contracting. They're freelancers. They
that's right.
can go between sport. They can go between media. They can go between like anything literally that needs something like that. They can make.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think you're right. I think that limiting yourself to essentially that market, you've just closed so many doors.
You do. I mean, I don't. He probably won't limit himself long term because I feel like he'll eventually be like, oh yeah, no kidding. But like Twitch, man, like I haven't watched TV for the longest time. Only time and I'm pretty sure I've said it before. Only time I ever watch TV is on a Monday night if I'm at my parents' house.
Yep.
That is the only time I'll ever watch free to air TV. Aside from that, I'm watching Twitch.
All the on-demand stuff.
And I'm older, right?
Yeah.
I'm nearly 30.
Yeah.
Think of the kids coming up that have iPads, have iPhones, have access to the internet, and all this other stuff. Bro, they don't give a flying shit what Alf Stewart's doing at the boatyard tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. No one gives a shit.
Yeah.
God, I don't even know what other TV shows there is at the moment. Like, I understand, like, your Gothams, your streaming services, stuff like that. Again, on demand. So there's going to be the demand for that, but then most of that stuff's not done in Australia.
Well, I mean, majority of I know Ellie, she watches Channel 9, but on demand. Those channels have adapted, but it would be interesting. Yeah, I think the decline of TVs is slowly going to this, and
100%.
No, well, television, sorry, not TVs, because people need to use a smart TV to watch those programs. But it's.
I think it's going to be a slow death. TV, and it will never die completely. There'll always be a niche for it, but
it will essentially only be news channels. Even them, do you believe them?
Correct.
But let's not get into that.
Oh God! Do not open that can of worms. Put it away.
But Fortnite's linked to violence.
Studies have shown that is incorrect information.
I don't.
Wow.
That was the sarcasm.
Linked to violence. I've seen a couple of videos today. Yeah, we're going.
Let's get back to the content. Let's get back to the content. But
yes,
I agree that if Sam's doing something close to that, then I mean, if that's the thing, if he wants to go into the media side of things,
look, by all means, and I'm supporting him.
It's plenty there. There is plenty there,
for sure.
But it's just like, for me personally, it would be insane. Like it would be insane for me just to go. I want to get into television. Like, I want to go. In that direction.
Man, that'd be nuts.
Because I mean, that's the thing. I want to essentially be around the gaming community.
Forever. Yeah, 100%. I don't see a world.
And I am looking forward to the future of gaming. I'm looking forward 100%. To seeing
Ready Player One.
Yeah, man.
You want to open that up?
Well, I mean, but to think about it, right? We get to a point where Ready Player One is a thing, right? There's designers such as me that can create a world inside that.
Yes.
Such as advertising.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Okay, I just got
the concept of that, and you guys, if you haven't seen Ready Player One, it's a futuristic world where the real world has gotten so shit that people are living in a VR world. So the VR headsets you put on over your eyes,
and it's essentially their job too.
And that's essentially their job. So they can go into, say, for example, we were playing Farming Simulator, which is a really good example, to be fair.
Yeah, it's really good.
And by us playing Farming Simulator, we could actually earn real currency. And when I say playing, I mean, like, that would be classified in that world as work.
Yep.
I guess.
Yes. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, there'd be like playtime and then not.
That's right. Yeah. The kids in that world go to school in VR, so they go to school with people from all over the world in their one classroom. So it's not, there's a planet in that world that's just like a school planet, and that's where they go. There's anyways, it's a very, very in-depth book and movie. I've seen both, and I've read and seen the book and movie.
Yeah, I got to read the book.
Dude, you need to, and you need to do it. Like audiobook it, dude. Audiobooks are the best. But yeah, again, having that's down the track, obviously, but like being able to produce content to build a brand. I can't see a world right now where I'm not involved with gaming in some format, whether it's just playing as a casual player,
technology side of everything,
man. And it just excites the hell out of me, man.
Just like from what we have now, what the future holds, I just don't. It's too big to see where it's going to go.
Yeah,
there's so many outlets now as well. Like, I mean, we're up, like we were saying last night. There was a big session last night. But
Yeah.
PS5 coming out next year.
Mm.
How?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, everyone's like, I know the PC players. I'm PC now, but you know the graphics,
you know what?
the graphics capabilities that we have now. If you told me that like 5 years ago, I'd have been like, bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're kidding yourself.
Yeah, you're 100% kidding yourself. Like what I can stream in and produce.
Yep.
What I could have streamed in 5 years ago. And like, because essentially, like, I mean, there's well, yeah, there's streams out there that literally look like you are playing the game. Like they are that good quality streams that you can just go, fuck, man, is this actually like, what is this guy doing? Because how is this so crisp? You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
how am I able to watch it with my poor Australian internet?
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. No, in 360p.
Yeah.
In auto.
I mean, sure, his output is 1080.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's all up to the. But yes, back to the montages. So yeah, the whole that's sort of developed, purely just out of like after I just kept making these things for Instagram, and then eventually just put those sort of clips together, and then the feedback sort of like. Yeah, and then so now what I've done is like, you know what? I'm aiming to put out a video a week, regardless of what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always have to be a montage, but it's going to be something.
Yeah.
And we've just done it. So Ryan and I, there's been a little bit of shift in the Destiny plan, but that's what it is. It's, you know, no politics there. No one's like bad about it. Could have been handled different, but who cares, right? Whatever. So yeah, Ryan and I have just gone like, screw it. We're gonna do our like, let's do the fun shit anyway. And so yeah, the 2 men, 2 recluse. We actually sort of went into like this whole like brainstorming idea like 2 days ago. Before we did
what you can actually do.
Yeah, well, there's a lot you can do 2 men. Also,
100%.
I'm gonna just say, sorry guys, if you could hear fucking cars outside. For whatever reason, every fucking car that wants to drive past today is loud, and
it's unreal.
It's pissing me off. But anyway, I can't do anything about it. The
like
window's closed. Like, anyway, so yeah, I don't know why, but so yeah, we went through this whole like thought process, and then we sort of went into like the alley encounter, and we were like, what weapons? Like, because we were like, well, we can do this, we can do that. People have done it. What is something that majority of people haven't done? And obviously that the pinnacle weapon at the moment is Recluse, which is a submachine gun that is stupidly overpowered. It is, and we were like, well, let's just see what it can do. And then like we did it, and we're like, we can probably two-phase this. And then we did. And we were like, that's why we were literally like, what the hell have like it's stupid. And we have ideas for that gun too, because like there are other bosses in that raid that we essentially think we could purely based on the output of damage that they do.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, so there's going to be more challenge videos. There's going to be more montages coming out. I'm actually working on another montage at the moment that's going to include, because at the moment there's Arc Week at the moment. That would be more. I've done a Warlock and I've done a Hunter, so I'm going to do a Titan.
Yep.
But yeah, the Titan, I've just got to get the motivation to do it because.
Yeah, no, neither do I, especially when they can't jump onto the platform.
So yeah,
didn't go so well for me.
But you said here montage videos, clips. How effective are they?
Yeah, I think they're highly effective.
Yeah,
especially if
it's
you
a different audience, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, yeah, okay, we capture Twitter audience, Twitter audience all the time.
Yes.
With the Sleeper page and my page and your page, like all our Twitters.
The numbers, yeah.
We're pretty good on Twitter, man. I really feel like we do enough to get enough, to grow slowly but surely. With the videos and the clips, though, I think clips on Twitter go nuts.
Yeah.
We don't do enough of those, I feel.
Yeah, no, I think
look at the ones we did for the freaking land, dude.
Yeah, no, that was insane. What did that peak at? Like 3,000 views?
No.
More?
6.5. Yeah, and something like close to 20,000 impressions. 20,000 impressions, yes. That was one video, and again,
I think something about the algorithm on Twitter just completely ignores everything else. It's weird. It's like you post a video, and and you think like this is the thing, right? I think that people forget is that everyone looks at their followers.
Yeah.
But there's something, man. Your video's getting out to other people, especially like one retweet. You've just opened up, say for instance, a retweet from me. You just unlocked it to 500 new followers. And then another retweet, you just unlocked it to another 1,000 followers. Like you keep doing that based on like 500 follower counts. No wonder you're getting views. Like,
yeah, 100%.
And I feel like that.
Your retweets on it.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the views. Yeah, I think it's the same algorithm in the Instagram where someone actually just click on it, like you actually tap on it.
Yeah,
because you're right. If you've got 20,000 impressions, 20,000 people and 6,500 views, that's like that ratio to me is still good. Like it's like
that's unreal, man.
But for like, and people are like, oh, that doesn't sound good.
Engagement ratio.
But it's still that. I mean, you think about the amount of followers that the sleeper page has compared to how many people have actually watched it.
Oh man,
you can't, and that's free advertisement. I mean, yes, it's effective. I don't understand. Like the more shit you can do for free and get the income, like the outcome that you want.
Yes,
that's what I think a lot of people think. Like these promotions and shit like that. I mean, there's a few actually. I've been trying Instagram for me, whatever is screwing up. I've tried to keep. I want to promote for about 7 days just to see what it does.
Yeah.
But if it gets to the payment screen, and it's just like can't do it this time. I'll work that out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
We'll have to chat about that off the podcast.
But yes, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Facebook's a funny one. I want to touch on Facebook briefly. Yeah. And I feel like in a lot of ways, there's an audience there, obviously. Yep. Now, if you're a business or you're like yourself, I guess a business of sorts, but what is the word I'm looking for here? You are your own brand. I don't know. Anyway, if you're anything, content creation, personality, yeah, personality is exactly what I wanted. That sort of stuff. You can promote that on Facebook, paid advertising, and you get to. I mean, I think pay per click it's ridiculous. It's really, really cheap to advertise on Facebook to get good views. Now, the follow on from that is you don't get many followers out of it, in my experience. But then there's still an audience there, and I feel like with Facebook, it's an older audience. Now, for my Facebook in particular, I know for a fact that like the majority are like close IRL mates, family, and stuff like that. And when I post something for Quantum, or I post something for Sleep, or I post something for BH on Facebook, they're the only people that really see it and get to it. But then I've been sort of, Josie and I've been having this, not a battle, like we've been having discussions about it this week that, is it worth it? And we're like, we need to not be in that attitude of is it worth it? Now, we're going to use Quantum as an example because that's probably the most I've done on Facebook with. If someone sees something 4 times and don't react to it, there's nothing to say that on the 5th time they're not going to. So if that's a case of my auntie Clinton decides to share it on Facebook, and he's looking at me now like, what? and his brother's sister's mother's mate happens to see it, and he's a gamer. He's like, oh man, what's Quantum? Oh, I'll check it out. So he checks it out and he buys it. But he may have seen Clinton post something about that 4 or 5 times. Now, that's the thing, like, it's not a short game.
Correct.
With any of this. It's a content grind. Grind being the key word there.
I think that's the funny thing, right? I think the biggest thing about Twitch that people come in is like, you have a good night with views. And like, man, you're blowing up, dude. Like, you're like, nah, man, it's just a good night. Like, and then the next night they come in, oh man, why are you only like averaging 4 views? Like, going on? Like, and you're like, bro, it's the same thing though. It's
100%.
Like, you don't know. I mean, yeah, the Facebook side for me.
You don't know, man. You don't know that one of those good nights you have, you might pick up one follower that becomes
100%.
One of those followers. I'm talking like a Butters that is just always there.
I've always said that the time you're. I mean, this is fucking swallowing my own medicine, basically. But
yeah.
The times that you're not streaming is time lost in gaining more followers or gaining a viewer or gaining publicity.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen that night. You don't know who you're going to get hosted by.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to come into your stream and go, guy's all right. Yeah, you don't know, and that's, you know, I keep like, I mean, that's sort of happening in the stream with other people, and they still, you know, they get, oh man, I don't do this anymore, blah, blah, blah. Like keep at it, because you don't know, you just don't know.
Yep.
Like I've seen it, like, you know, one of my good friends from the States got hosted by Ninja, you know, like,
yeah, dude.
And if he didn't, this is the thing, if he wasn't streaming at that time, if he wasn't online, if he wasn't doing his thing
that night,
yeah, like say 10 minutes before, he just said, oh, I'm gonna get off because I'm not averaging the X amount of viewers that I usually have.
Yeah,
bro,
imagine that, man.
It's insane, really. Yeah, it's just like, you can't. The numbers,
and this goes to
the
everyone.
numbers,
This goes
yeah. It literally goes, but it's not even that though. It doesn't go for. It just doesn't just stop at Twitch. You know, It's just the whole.
It's across the board.
Yeah,
it's across the board.
Like, if you're not putting out something,
you're missing out.
It's an opportunity lost.
100%, 100%, and that's why we are grinding. Trying to.
As much as we can.
Yeah, okay. Look, it's been 2 weeks. Actually, funnily enough, I actually got an email on the podcast email, which is Sleeper Gaming. No, I'm going to say that on the podcast. sleepergamingx@gmail.com. Anyway, I got an email from a guy, I can't remember exactly what he wanted, but he basically just reached out saying, hey, love the podcast, love to collaborate. I didn't really look too much into it, but I need to go back because I was sort of half asleep when I saw it. But yeah, he's like, he enjoyed the podcast and he wanted to like collab for a podcast or something else. But I need to look up who he is because I have no idea who he is, big or small or whatever it is. But it was a really well-written email. And I was like, man, it's nice seeing that stuff. But if we hadn't put a podcast out, we wouldn't have got the feedback we've gotten.
Yeah, that's it.
And we wouldn't have, you know, not saying that, not that we're doing it to be given opportunities. Like I love just doing this.
We're just doing it. We're two mates talking. They can actually catch up on a Sunday, not like Arvo. Like, who the fuck can do that? You know, like instead of like going out to coffee and going, hey man, how was your week? And like talk about all this shit like behind the scenes. Just talking about it on
like we did when I was in Adelaide.
Yeah, exactly.
We literally caught up because obviously we don't live in the same state. So this is how we do it.
Yeah,
this is us.
Yeah, this is us. Exactly. Like it really, like that's it. It's in a way, it's selfish. It's selfish because I actually get to talk with one of my like good mates about like, I mean, I can't wait for the next topic. And I'm gonna just say this. This podcast will probably run a bit longer because we're gonna make up for a little bit from like not doing last week, I reckon.
Yes.
So I can't like we gotta spend a little bit of time on topic 3.
We're gonna have to deep dive this next topic.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, it is selfish. But at the same time, it is for you guys too. You know, I mean, it's nice that, I mean, it's insane. Like I look on the Sleeper Gaming YouTube page quite a bit. Look just how the views going. They're getting near like 100 views per podcast now. It's like,
I know. And I don't know if you've seen the Podbean stats and stuff like that. But again, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah, it's up there. Yeah,
and it's just like, it's just cool to see that people listen, and it's just really nice that you guys take the time out, and it's I mean, the same guys, like it's cool to have the same people say, hey, I really enjoyed the podcast this week, like, you know, whether that's in my stream or in your stream, like just by DM or even just in Discord. Like I said, I'm usually always in Discord, and people just come and say, hey, nice, like I like that podcast, or I'm gonna go listen to the podcast now. It's like, oh, dude. Like,
yeah, let me know what you think.
It's sick. It's really cool, and it is just two mates just talking shit.
But it's a chance for us as well to get something out there for Sleeper, for yourself, and again, the whole cross promotion thing that we're talking about is like pretty much what this is, in a way that allows us to catch up, have a chat, and just walk, man. Like, you know, as you said, we get busy, things like that, and we are always doing our best to produce something for our communities.
That's the other thing as well. This goes more for streamers. Mm-hmm. If you are doing YouTube at the same time, there's a bit of an argument going on Twitter, like which one's social medias and all that stuff. You know, if you don't have time for YouTube, that's fine. If you're doing 60 hours a week on Twitch, right, you ain't gonna have time. Like, you're not gonna have time for YouTube. However, maybe,
Hell no.
however, if you're not seeing growth, particularly in your streams, use another outlet. Like, regardless of, you know, if Twitch is your only outlet, you're limiting yourself.
Yes.
And if you're sacrificing one stream, put out 30-second clip that may take you 2 or 3 hours, you don't know who's going to like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting that
open up other doors.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just touched on this before we move on to the next subject. The Instagram post that I did for the 2-man recluse, 4 followers. Only 4 followers liked it from my thing. The rest of the likes,
really?
The rest of the likes are all new people.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Yep. So,
what the fuck are your followers doing? Guys.
Guys.
Hold up, man. I gotta
no, you're one of them. I know you're one of them, but yeah.
I do.
But yeah,
I
so
do.
that's yeah.
It's content is. I mean, we've sort of. I don't want to say we beat it.
Don't feel guilty as well. Don't feel guilty for not streaming too. Like, don't feel guilty for not putting out content. I do that to myself all the time. Like,
bro, we did it. I mean, I didn't do it last week when I didn't feel guilty because we didn't put the podcast out. Yeah, I was like, damn, I really would have liked to have done it this week because I liked the conversation.
Yeah.
And I like that we have like a schedule, not a schedule, but like I like that we get to talk and do this and stuff before. But I wasn't guilty because we didn't put it out. I was just like, damn, man.
Yeah, it was
like,
a missed opportunity.
I enjoy that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like it's sort of like a therapy session.
100%. In a way. I mean, this next bit, let's just start.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. So
I'll
wrap the
content up.
Whatever. Yep.
Yeah, do what you got to do. Obviously, balance, grind, and don't stop. Like, yeah, okay, if you're not getting views, as Matt said, try something else.
We all started with 0 viewers.
Doing it. Exactly. We all started with 0, and we're all building.
Yep.
So,
and I still get 0 viewers now and then.
Yeah, same.
Thanks, Twitch.
Thanks, yeah, dicks.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Don't go off the viewer list. Don't go off the viewers. Go off your viewer list. 100%. There's people lurking. 100%.
Oh man, it always is.
Yeah. Yes. No. Yeah. We'll end with the next topic. We'll 100% end with the next topic because I think this is. I mean, I don't know,
man,
how we're gonna.
I don't know how this is gonna be received on the podcast, but
this is us nerding out now, guys. All right, Star Wars.
Star Wars Episode 9.
It's Star Wars Celebration this week. Like, we got to talk about it.
Yes,
like,
we have to, bro.
It's
on our list.
If you guys are night owls at the moment, like we are, it starts like 1 a.m. in the morning. YouTube live. Just watch Star Wars Celebration if you're like full on into that universe.
Coolest shit.
If you guys don't know what it is, it's hosted at Disneyland, isn't it?
I believe it is this year.
No, Chicago.
Yeah. Is it Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they what? Yeah.
They literally talk about everything to do with Star Wars. They sell everything Star Wars. They tell about what's coming out in books, comics. They get people from like actors to come out. They talk about it's like a Comic-Con or even a PAX, but just dedicated Star Wars fans. Like, that's probably the best way to sum it up.
And there is that many of them that it packs out in the same way that PAX does.
Yes.
Like, it's a big deal.
And the cosplayers are fucking nuts.
Dude. As I think we talked about it briefly last night, I'm keen to try cosplay. Just one time, maybe. I've never done it before.
You want to cosplay?
I've always wanted to be a Jedi, man.
You want a Jedi? You want a Jedi
like,
right
when
out?
I do the referendum and I
want to be the Raider my Ren?
I mean, maybe. Can't Ellie did that? More of an Obi-Wan sort of guy.
Oh, okay, man? No. Oh, yeah, no, you got the ginger beard, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that ginger beard life. Anyway.
Old Ben Kenobi.
Oh, man, I'm not great yet.
But,
anyway, episode 9, Matt. The trailer was dropped 2 nights ago.
2 days ago.
Yes, on the first day of Star Wars Celebration. Yep. The trailer dropped for episode 9. Actually, for the YouTube, I might see if we can we clip in the trailer here.
I don't know if we'll be able to, though, because I don't know if we're allowed to use.
We're not monetizing it anyway.
True. Yeah. Yeah. So I can. Yeah, I'll put it in.
So we'll clip the video in here.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight.
And we're back. So yeah, as you would have seen the trailer, or if you just go on YouTube and look it up, EA Star Wars.
You would have seen the trailer just then.
It's sick, man.
Yeah, just look it up. If you wanted to skip the trailer for whatever reason, you crazy.
It's only 2 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that trailer now. Obviously, we see there's Luke Skywalker talking in the background.
You want to talk about the first part where literally it's just showing Rey in, it looks like Tatooine
or Jakku.
Yeah, Jakku? It might be Jakku. Actually, what if she goes back? I didn't even think about that.
Where it started for
Holy
episode 7.
shit! What if she goes back?
Because it could definitely be either.
It could. Yeah. And then to me, it looks like Kylo's ship.
I've seen a few things on Twitter and socials and online.
Yeah.
Basically confirming that it is Kylo's ship.
Well, yeah, because his whatever reason gloves stand out from completely everyone else's, and that's what it looked like.
Unless they're trying to hide something from us, I highly doubt.
It would be kind of cool.
Not that scene.
Inquisitor.
But he says, Luke says in there that we've taught you. Basically, they've given her generations worth of experience. So
yes,
I think from that we sort of assume a little bit that this is set well after episode 8.
Yeah, or
it's not like a direct line because,
okay, so this is spoilers too. We should say spoilers because we're gonna talk about the last movie a little bit, but Luke did die.
Yep.
Spoiler
alert.
So there's no reason why he couldn't have trained Rey as well while he was dead, because obviously we've seen that there is a communication between the Force, afterlife, and real world. So there's no issue where she could not have been, like, she could have been taught by Yoda, she could have been taught by Luke, she could have been, Obi-Wan. So she could have had all this information, and we got to talk about as well the fact that it's gonna be shit, but Leia is still alive in episode 9.
Yeah.
And so she could still communicate with Luke too. So it's not like she's incapable of not being trained to be.
There's definitely a plethora of experienced Force ghosts around to train her, 100%. Even though Luke's gone. Yes. There's, not to mention the fact that the planet that Luke was on was like a highly, highly Force sensitive planet.
Well, I mean, it was a temple, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to put a little disclaimer in here. We don't know everything.
No.
And if we have something that's completely wrong, let us know. Don't be a dick about it. Just let us know. This is just from our take on it.
Exactly. This is us just like sort of digressing. Out and let it happen, guys, because fuck you.
Oh, god damn.
But yeah, the first thing we do, we see the Ren ship, we see Rey, and she does a mad fully sick backflip.
It looks like she's about to cut the ship in half.
Right? Which also looks very, very close to the pilot's seat.
It does, yes.
Yeah, ship dead.
She's going to decapitate him or what?
And this is the other thing as well. For whatever reason, Disney trailers, because I mean, we've seen Marvel trailers as well, they're really good at like throwing you off the scent, because this could not even be in the movie. We don't know.
Oh, 100%.
This is a teaser. So, and then we see the other two things that it's been a while since I've seen it, but should have done it before we did the podcast. But
should have.
Lando.
Yes, he's back. Millennium Falcon.
Millennium. We see. We see a few shots. Obviously, Poe's there.
Yeah, it's interesting. They've shown shots of the groups, the main characters individually and also together. But then they've also come out and said that there is going to be a majority of the movie where they are together as a group, as a team, whatever you want to call it.
And
obviously,
you
fighting.
were telling me last night as well that the shots with Leia were pretty much all CGI.
Yeah, so they were managed in episode 8 from what they got from it, and also episode 7. There was enough footage that they got green screen or blue screen, whatever they used, that they were actually able to
use some of the footage,
reuse some of that footage in the new scenarios.
Yep.
There is a clip there where she's actually hugging Rey, which is like, damn.
I think that obviously something said, and you can see that. I think that's not acting. I don't think that's acting at all. I think she's really, really sucks.
Yeah, yeah. But wait. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't know who Rey is yet, do we?
No, we don't know. However, the title is Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I think I recall them saying that they couldn't release the title until they were ready because it's technically a spoiler. Well, it was like the same with Avengers, saying that Endgame was a spoiler because
fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah. Do I think Rey's a Skywalker? I personally think she is.
Yeah.
Only because of the connection that she has with Leia, and also the connection now and then she kind of knew where to find Luke. Now, who's the only other person that ever was able to find Luke?
Yeah.
Leia. That's right. I mean, whose it is, I'm not too sure. The only thing that I could think of is Leia's the mother, and Luke's the uncle, because the ship in The Force Awakens that you see fly off Jakku is a royal ship. And the only royal family really in that whole thing is Leia, in my opinion. Yeah, Leia Organa.
Senator Organa.
Yeah. And he's still alive, isn't he? No. Yes.
I'm not sure.
Can't remember.
I think so. He might be dead of old age because family's still around.
Yes. Yeah, it's because Rogue One, in a sense, Rogue One literally set it all up again because it showed Organa there. It showed, so he's actually there in the background. He's just chilling. He's big chilling. But we don't know where he went after Return of the Jedi. So maybe he did. Could be old. So yeah, he'd be like Ben's age. He'd be Ben's age. So yeah, he'd probably just be chilled. I haven't heard anything from Organa. But anyway, yeah. So that's the only connection I have. What we do see is when she is a little kid, there's a flashback. We see a royal ship going away. It looks very similar to something that Leia would have been in before.
Would have been in New Hope.
Before,
New Hope.
And the reason why she would have kept Rey there because she was pregnant, and we don't know who the father would be.
True.
Well, it could be Han. Yes, because they had a son. They had a son. Now this is where it all connects. This is why I think maybe it's potentially a daughter because Kylo they sent to train with Luke. That was the son.
Yep.
And then they saw Kylo turn bad, and Rey would have been a kid. So that because this is the age difference between Kylo and Rey, because Rey's only meant to be 15, 16, I think. She's not meant to be very old.
She's not meant to be in her 30s.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 20s.
And Kylo is meant to be older. So what they would have done is Leia would have dropped her off when she was little, kept her with the people with the Resistance.
Yeah.
And then they would have come back. But they never did.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But then maybe I hope they do. I hope that's a connection they establish between her and Leia in the movie. That'd be really cool.
That'd be kind of cool.
Um,
or just related somehow like that. Like even if they're cousin or something like that.
It's similar and interesting also that the Millennium Falcon is on Jakku when she's there. So it's a similar sort of scenario to when Luke was dropped off.
Yeah,
to his uncle.
I mean,
on Tatooine.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot
and Obi-Wan looked out for him. So I'm curious if there was anybody there on Jakku looking out for her.
Which is why she's probably returned.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, on Jakku wasn't. No, I'm talking of Rogue One.
Yeah, different.
Yeah,
different. Yeah. There's a backstory we need to know about the Millennium Falcon there somewhere. 100%.
He just lost it in a bet, didn't he, Han?
Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
Dick. Now he's dead.
He just lost it in a
Dick.
bet.
Of course he did. Interesting that there's a connection there, and I think what the most obvious one that we can see is that she's a Skywalker. And if she is a Skywalker, that's going to be super hype because every Skywalker that's been in it literally sets up the next generation.
And then they talk about that too. Yeah, a legend. There's always a legend.
Yeah, generation. Yeah.
They say that. Yeah, Luke says that. And then the other thing he does say as well is that no one's really truly gone. Now that's probably a reference to obviously Leia, but also the fact that after he says that, we hear laugh, and that laugh is Darth Sidious. That is has it been confirmed?
Yes. Well,
he's saying
Darth
that
Sidious was when they announced the trailer. The guy, I don't know what his name is. The guy who plays Darth Sidious was there.
Okay.
And in his Sidious voice, they played the trailer, and he comes out and he says it. He's like, roll it again, roll that again, after the laugh, in his voice. So it's super creepy and awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
Everyone loses their nut.
And you sort of picked this out too.
And it's confirmed that it is Death Star.
It is Death Star. It's part of the Death Star.
I've paused the video.
Okay.
Brought the Death Star. It is the Death Star.
Death Star.
So
it's obviously from when they were making it again, because obviously the kind of the first one got legitimately just blown to shit.
Now, this is what I'm curious about. What planet did it actually get destroyed over? Like, what planet did they blow it up over?
Endor. Yeah.
That's right, with the Ewoks.
Yeah.
I've got the trailer.
Except there was another planet there too. There was Endor, and because remember, there's a moon. There's a moon of Endor.
True.
So and I mean, in the Star Wars universe, I've always known that moons can also habitat live.
Yeah.
So this is like a dwarf planet and then a planet. So yeah, but the scenery looks pretty similar to Endor.
Well, there's a lot of water, and it looks like they're on a cliff.
Yes. But there's no trees. So, but mind you, remember that shot? Okay, this is going to go back.
There's a shot of Rey, Finn, Poe, C-3PO, BB-8, and Chewie.
Yep. Chilling.
Standing on a cliffside, chilling. Well,
looking at the Death Star.
Looking at the Death Star.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't really look like Endor.
However,
it's hard to say because they're on a cliff. You got something else?
Yavin 4 got destroyed, didn't it?
Yeah, it got hit by the Death
Star. Yeah, I mean, the only planet that got destroyed over, unless, of course, a bit of orbit, shrapnel size of that was not...
potentially.
Yeah, it could be a different planet, 100%. But Endor, from what we've seen, majority of the time has...
Yeah, like 99.
But there is, obviously, I mean, like, you think about it, like, anywhere in planet, there's obviously going to be a area where there's...
Yeah, definitely.
But
we'll have to wait and see to find out what planet it is. But they have also said there is definitely a number of different planets in this movie, so it's not just going to be like one or two that we've sort of previously seen, like Coruscant, Tatooine.
I think the thing they said, wasn't it? It's like
6 or 7,
going to the game one, but they also said that they were hard to choose which planets to go back to. They wanted to expand the universe because obviously they're not done. This is the trilogy. Pretty sure they've confirmed that there's going to be another 3.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously want to get into more of the other species and also... So, be interesting to see.
My personal opinion on it, like I really enjoy when the Jedi were in the peak of their powers, and not saying that like obviously there wasn't a balance there because there was a Sith Lord and an apprentice effectively at the time versus all the Jedi. So the Jedi got out of control. Anakin came in, obviously flipped the the balance of power towards the Sith. And then the last episode 4 through 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 have been at this constant power struggle between the very few Jedi and the very few Sith that are left. What we might be finding now is it is Palpatine in the background that's sort of just run this whole thing in the background, which would be insane.
Yeah, I've got to watch Last Jedi again. I have to watch it because I'm pretty sure there is a scene before Snoke dies that he is talking to a hooded figure.
Yes, I'm pretty sure there is.
I'm sure.
Might be like a cutscene, an end scene.
I'm sure he's talking to someone.
Potentially. We need to watch that. We'll look at that later.
I'm going to look later. But yes, there is definitely in The Last Jedi, there is a scene exactly, I think, where Snoke is talking to someone that it obviously looks like he's working for someone. And that is why a lot of people were upset when he died. Yeah, I agree. He's meant to be like this prodigal thing. He's meant to be this big, powerful, good dude, and he just gets sliced off.
Which is fair enough. I didn't really like Snoke. I think he was...
But I just feel like he's a puppet. That's the whole idea. I feel like he was meant to
that's
be
why
like,
they made it that way.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, if anything, we know Sidious. He's deceptive. He's always been
extremely powerful
about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys got to learn when you can't just throw somebody off something and they die nowadays. You literally have to like dice them up.
That's the thing, and that's such a big open plot hole. Like, holy shit, we saw the electricity come up through like the exhaust vent again when he was thrown down, but we actually never saw him die. And that's like that's like the best storytelling ever.
Is that not the same with Vader though?
Vader did.
How did he die? How did he die?
Vader did die from all the electrocution. He was just dead.
Toast. Yeah.
He got toasted. And they show him as Ghost.
As the Ghost, yes. That's right. Which, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so I think
Vader will confirm he's not coming.
Yeah, and and that's the thing. That's another thing. Maybe the reason why we know this Rey and stuff to go back to Death Star is maybe she does talk to Anakin.
Imagine that. Imagine that's who she's been trained by, Anakin and Luke.
Well, imagine if Anakin, in a sense, is like, her grandfather.
Wow.
Like, it's pretty cool to think.
That's mind blowing, man. And I look, no doubt, whatever they do with it between Lucasfilm, Disney, and whoever else has.
Yeah, watching the panels, like I said, guys, like honestly, if you have time,
panels are great.
If you, like we'll try not. When this uploads, I hope the celebration will still be going. So
yeah, for sure.
When that does hit, guys, like seriously, you have time. I mean, if you work, I get that. But if you have time to even just go back and watch them, because they're all recorded on YouTube, you go watch back the last videos. The panels are insane. Like what they go into, the depth they go into for all their decisions made up to this point. Like the books tell more of the story than the movies for sure, because they have to fill it out. But like the stuff you can sort of piece together, like still keep you guessing. That's like the best storytelling that universe has.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's freaking incredible what they can do and how in depth the universe is now. Obviously got Rebels, Clone Wars, a whole bunch of books. It's just huge and it's massive.
And it's cool that the animated series tied in with the whole movies. Like, that's
I'm so glad they did that. What's one good thing Disney? I mean, Disney done a lot of good for Star Wars. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they really
even to the fact of just bringing.
I mean, they still are more. I know they definitely still consult in George Lucas.
Oh, for sure. But they'd be silly not to.
That would be. He knows a lot, and he's told a lot of people for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said to you, we were talking about this last night. We're watching the panel. Like, we'll go to the game trailer next, but the fact that he would have just like made this universe, and to think that the first movie really wasn't even going to be successful. People hated being on the set. They couldn't pay people. They couldn't people were walking off. It was just
a shit time, man.
Shit time, and then to be the universe it is today, like he just. What?
Bro, it's actually crazy. I'm super keen if we ever get to like a Ready Player One thing. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll be.
The Jedi. There'll be a lot of Jedi. Is Jedi or Sith?
Jedi, 100%. Purple lightsaber or a white one.
Yeah, it's fair.
Probably white. Just then I'm not a Jedi.
And now insert game trailer.
Wasn't always like this. But now, there are 3 rules to survive. Don't stand out.
Execute Order 66.
Trust no one. Trust only in the Force.
And we're back.
Yeah. For the podcast listeners, guys, we appreciate 100% that you're listening to the podcast, which is really good. If you want to check out the game trailers, jump into our YouTube channel, which is Sleeper Game. Just look up Sleeper Gaming on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the gameplay trailers, or just look it up on YouTube. That's probably easier for you. If you're interested, if you're not interested, that's all good. That's all good. We're just having a chat about it because it's something we didn't talk about last night as much as we wanted to, and we're both. I think we both were biting our tongues really hard.
Yeah, because we were like, no, we're gonna keep it. It's funny. We're like, keep putting this in the podcast. Put this in the podcast, and we're just like, okay, no, we're talking about it. But we'll put this is good. No, okay, no, that's good. It's great fun.
The game. So we got.
Holy shit, that just came out. Early this morning.
Jedi Fallen Order.
And holy shit.
So what we have now in development, coming out November 15 this year, is a single player game with no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and a story driven game.
And we now know that
and no multiplayer. What the hell?
We know that it's by Respawn Entertainment.
Yes.
We know that
which have the resources and know how to make sick games.
Yeah. And we know that a couple of the guy leading it is God of War.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Stig. Yeah, I don't know his.
That's his name. If you guys have not played the God of War series, go play it. Like, if the combat is insanely satisfying, and they know how to make a rewarding gameplay aspect to it. From what we've heard from the panel, because we obviously watched the panel, it was like a 45-minute panel. If you guys really watch that, it's on YouTube again. Worth the watch. Very worth what they talk about. Like we said, they're gonna explore into different locations that we've never been to before. But yeah, essentially the story follows a Padawan named Cal.
Which is get the setting. The setting is set after Revenge of the Sith. So after Anakin.
After Order 66
Order 66. Yep. So he was one of the ones that escaped. Yes. Obviously got lucky.
And so he's working basically as a
scrapper for the scrapper clan.
For the Empire. And they basically they are essentially melting down the remnants of the war, so that
Clone Wars.
Yeah. So that essentially, I guess, propaganda-wise, people don't try and find the truth.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that trailer's packed full of shit. It's full of
There's
shit.
So much detail.
They're confirmed.
To it.
There is what they call it,
the second sister,
Inquisitor.
Inquisitor.
She's like the main antagonist from what we've seen. She's incredibly smart. She's powerful from what they've said.
And what they've shown, where she's controlling.
Yeah, apparently there's a part in the trailer. I got to watch the trailer. Apparently there's a part where Cal is in ship. That ship, she actually jumps onto. You see her in the front of the window, and she's actually using the Force to control the ship using the joystick. So, that's pretty insane. Like the fact that, like the thing about the games that I've always enjoyed is that they can actually push the limits of how the Force looks, and the CGI, they can get away with showing a lot more like violence and action. Yeah,
they did a great job of it with Force Unleashed 2. And if we get I enjoyed the combat in that game.
Yeah, I mean, really it's interesting that they said in the panel that there's going to be now and then mobs like stormtroopers, but they've also introduced this new trooper called Purge Troopers. Purge Troopers are
Yes.
more like. Interestingly enough, they said that the Jedi are happy to fight them. Like they're eager to fight them.
The troopers are eager to fight Jedi.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. To
And
test out
to
their,
test their
skills.
And
So they're a new form of
they look
stormtrooper.
fucking cool.
They do look cool, man. Actually, they've had one on stage last night.
Yeah.
Obviously, a prop
Yeah.
from the. I don't know. Why would they have a prop of that? Probably just for Star Wars Celebration, yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh, and obviously for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which, if you don't know, is the new Star Wars theme park at Disneyland
Yep.
in
wherever the fuck
America, somewhere.
and they literally are changing it all the time. Like
Yes.
insane. The fact that they're
You
doing
can go
that.
and build a lightsaber there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm keen for, as well as obviously the game. So the gameplay, obviously, it's set in the dark times of the Jedi. So he's Padawan on the run, and which you obviously went for before. He's just trying to survive,
Mhm.
and I think the push of the game will be obviously the Inquisitors get the scent of a Jedi or a Force sensitive user person.
Yep.
And he basically has to learn the ways of the Force and master it to survive, which, in terms of a gameplay setting, that is going to be so much fun, man. I reckon it'd be really good.
Yep.
I'm kind of like, I enjoy co-op games, as well as obviously single player and multi, but like co-op games for me are really, really fun. So I'm kind of disappointed there's no sort of couldn't be a co-op aspect to it. But in saying that, because they haven't done all those extra things, having that extra time, obviously resources to put into the story.
It's been a while since we've had just a purely based story-driven Star Wars game.
And I think it is so well
Force
overdue.
Unleashed is the last one, I think.
Yeah, man. And that was 2006, 2007 or something.
Yeah. And
So
I just gotta, like, the talent they've got, like, I'm super excited purely based on the person that's actually playing Cal. Like, I've been like binge watching the shit out of Gotham too. And Jerome from Gotham, if you guys don't know, that's basically like it's essentially Joker. He is Cal. He the CGI and stuff is based around him. And holy shit, man, he's an incredible actor, and I am so excited to see him actually like bring Jedi to like a Padawan to life.
Man, it's super, super duper cool.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they didn't lead on too much about what the game is, and as I said in the panel, they scratch the surface, which is what you want for a teaser.
It's interesting. There is a part in there where they show a lightsaber. It's obviously Cal's lightsaber. Now, Cozy, he was watching it with us, and he did say something pretty interesting. It's cut at the end, and the only lightsabers that usually
damaged.
Only lightsabers usually that are damaged are ones that are cut in half. And it's been cut in half somehow, and it could potentially be a double-ended lightsaber, because it actually looks like. I was looking at it the other night, like after I got off, talking to you guys. I was looking at it, and I was like, that actually looks like grip at the end of it. Like if you look at Maul has like the same sort of thing, which is pretty sick.
I'm just bringing the picture. Of course it's cut off. I just want to look at it. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
My first impression on the lightsaber was that it was obviously Order 66 happened. A lot of the Jedi were purged.
Yep.
And no doubt throughout the galaxy there's going to be a lot of lightsabers floating around, because obviously they weren't all collected.
Correct.
So what my thought was is actually like it was battle damage from obviously whichever Jedi wielded that saber. I think could be potentially as battle damage from it. But then yeah, you're right, with the length of that. This is not what I want.
And we do know as well that some of them did use double-ended.
Correct, yeah.
So if they did, say, for instance, get into a fight with, I don't know, said Darth Vader.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, and I mean, that's the other thing.
There's a very real possibility, yeah. And I'm just looking at it now. Finally, I found the picture. 100% it could be cut in half.
Yeah, and Cozy was like, it could be double-ended. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. It looks more like, it looks like usually, like if it's been cut in half, like usually by a line of a lightsaber, it's cut and it's clean cut.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's been
looks
like
more like
on
it's
an
been,
angle. Yeah,
but like also dragged, pulled, and almost ripped apart. Because it's on an angle, but I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm keen for it. I hope.
I mean, that's
Again,
the other thing as well. Like Vader is alive during that period too, so there's obviously going to be.
Sure, there'd be like some.
I hope he's in there, man. Oh.
As like the final boss.
Yeah, like what if like this whole time is like this second sister is actually just like the first antagonist, and then the next one is Vader. Like,
cool.
I would love a like that's the thing. Like Unleashed did really really well with like giving Vader seen as like a good person betrayed. Like you start off as a Sith, you start off as a apprentice.
Yeah,
and then you sort of work out that holy shit, Vader and the dark side are actually pretty shit.
Yep. They're assholes.
And then yeah, it would be sick to see that almost start off like Cal is driven. You can see that already. He's a driven character. Yeah. And the fact that he's almost like I feel like he's gonna be like one of the only Jedi, because like they always play with it, right? Like the whole like dark side, light side is a really thin line. But I feel like I almost want him to just be light. You know, like because it sounds like even in the trailer he says at the end the only thing you trust in is the Force, and I feel like that is a massive like character build thing on him, and I'd hate to see him like, because I mean that's what happened in Force Unleashed. You sort of went between the dark and the light. That's why you need lightning, and that's why you like. But I would like to see just pure Jedi powers and not like essentially Sith. Like it would be cool to. I mean, everyone wants to have lightning coming out of their hands. It'd be cool to have that, but I would like to potentially see just him stay light. But
yeah, for sure. I feel like they've built him so far. I mean, not that they've built much character depth, but that's the person they've got. But obviously Jerome from Gotham. I know what he's Cal.
Cal, yeah.
The actor that plays Cal is a light, bubbly, funny person. As from what we've seen in the panel, like he doesn't, that sort of person I feel like doesn't really lend themselves to being dark side. No. If you know what I mean? As where
he just seems driven. Like
yeah. You know. But then the main character in Force Unleashed, like he could have been either way.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like he obviously started dark and then went light. Which all of it is. We're only really talking theories and things that we think at the moment, but I'm keen to see where they take it and how it plays out. To be fair, it's super exciting. Obviously, that's November 15. Obviously, we hadn't had a Star Wars game for the longest 10 years. 10 years, easy 10 years. That's sad.
That's insane, really. All we got now in that time is like DLC for Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, sorry, and freaking Battlefront.
Battlefront 2. Yeah.
Sorry, Wallet.
What are we talking about? What's that game?
I don't know, man. No,
I'm just glad that they've sort of gone, hey, let's do a single player game before we, try to do a multiplayer again. I think they've learnt. Because Battlefront 2 sort of just, like, they learned from it. They changed it, but it was just too late. Everyone moved on. And it sucks because the game looked beautiful. The setting was awesome. And the fact that you could go Clone Wars as well as, like, the Rebels, like, that, the 2 eras are sick. They just screwed it with microtransactions.
They did, man. Bad.
Yeah, micro just
sucks.
Terrible.
And it's stupid, but obviously they made their money out of it, so whatever. But now no one plays the game, so sucked in, dickheads.
Yeah, if the combat's anywhere near what they're saying, think about your enemy and almost have these like one-on-one duel fights with some cool enemies.
Not just mowing down stormtroopers, which don't get me wrong is heaps of fun.
And they did say there might be potentially things like that, which is if they're going to say potentially, it's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to now and then have to think about what your opponent's going to do and then sort of work out and execute.
You actually have to strategize when you're versing an opponent. Yeah. Like what you do with Sekiro and that's stupid.
Man, if they ever made a Jedi game like Sekiro, I would literally not stop playing that game. It's like, because Sekiro is just so satisfying. But
yeah, exactly.
I think final thoughts.
My final
thoughts.
Yeah, I for me, I love the lightsabers and all that sort of stuff, right? And that's why when the Jedi fell from power, blah blah blah, like there's not many lightsabers around. Even the new movies, there's not too many. I hope there is some form of like lightsaber customization. That's my hope. One hope for the game. Like
I think there will be. I mean, they already said that you upgrade the lightsaber.
True. Yeah. Well, hopefully that ticks my box, because if that's the case, then and you can like grind to get different things and bits and pieces, that'd be sick.
Yeah. No, yeah, they've already said that
There's
along
no-
the way you already you improve it.
Yeah, they did. They did. Along with obviously other skills and stuff. So yeah, no, that's good. Phew.
I think that's it.
I reckon we're gonna wrap it up there,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much all for listening to our little Star Wars ramble sesh.
Yep.
Like we are both very
If you have
passionate
any
about.
ideas, leave them in the comments below about what
For
you
sure,
think, what
yeah.
you've seen in the trailers, your ideas. If we have got anything wrong, let us know. We are literally just fanboying right now. Like it's
100%.
theories, all that shit. If you have your own theories, let us know. Like obviously, don't be a dick about it. We've already said that.
Yeah.
And yeah, correct us. Don't be a dick about it.
Huh?
And let's just nerd out a bit about Star Wars because it's a sick universe. Matt and I they've always had that common interest in that universe. We watch those theory videos all the time.
Yeah, bad.
Like if we literally sometimes we would just go. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does and we get into it, like I'm like, yo, watch this, and he's like, what? No, watch this one.
And then we just start throwing videos at each other like left, right, and center. It's like, yo, watch this. Oh, what about this? And it goes for like,
and then we're just like, at the end of it, we're just like, this theory is so wrong.
yeah.
But yeah, we enjoy the universe.
It's one thing that we enjoy.
Yep.
So again, our podcast, we wanted to talk about it.
Yep.
I
hope you
but yeah,
enjoyed
guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you could sort of get something from it. Especially obviously we talked about a few things there. So yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap it up there, Matty.
Thank you guys.
We'll
appreciate
everyone next week, I guess. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to all the podcast listeners. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.